Now let's meet the starters first for the FEU Lady Tamaraws. Number 2, Majorie Rojas. Number 3, Kathleen Magsumbol. Number 5, Rosemary Vargas. Number 9, Micah Morada. Number 12, Giselle C. Number 14, Dana Henson. Their libero, number 1, Christine Acno. And head coach, Ness Pamilar. And now, starting with this year's UAAP hosts, celebrating their centennial anniversary next year, here are the still undefeated DLSU Lady Spikers. Number 1, Micaela Esperanza. Number 2, Abigail Marano. Number 3, Jackie Alarca. Number 4, Stephanie Mercado. Number 7, Michelle Gumabao. Number 11, Cha Cruz, team captain. Their libero, number 5, Melissa Gohing. And head coach, Romel De Jesus.
It is the FEU Lady Tamaraws taking on this tournament's host, the DLSU University Lady Spikers. Same starters during the past game for both teams. FEU starting off with Rojas, Magsumbol, Vargas, Morada C, and Henson, while LaSalle still with Esperanza, Marano, Alarca, Mercado, Gumabao, and Cruz. FEU looking to get their first win of this 73rd season of the women's volleyball tournament in the UAAP, while LaSalle looking to join UST at the top of the standings as we head into the Christmas break. UST, before this game, defeated UE in 3 straight sets. So we are underway. This is the first set of our main game today, LaSalle and FEU.
And FEU scores the first point from that net violation from Jack Alarca.
Giselle C now for FEU, their setter. Good block there by the Lady Tamaraws.
Jackie Alarca.
Alarca gets it back. Getting a point there to start the offense up for DLSU.
You know, earlier during the pre-game, we talked about Michelle Gumabao. And in one of the games we covered, we actually mentioned that Michelle Gumabao is coming from the bench from the previous season. Last year, it was actually Joanne C. who won the Rookie of the Year in her position. But now, you can see that this girl actually really stepped up.
And what do you think are the reasons and that Gumabao was able to get the starting spot of Joanne C, as you mentioned, last year's Rookie of the Year?
Well, I think that one thing Gumabao has could be power hit in her attacks. So with that, I guess Coach Ramil is not losing anything by putting Joanne C on the bench, because it just gives him more arsenal whenever he needs someone to field it. Alam niya malalim yung bangko niya, and if he pulls out one of his players from the second stringers, he's sure that these players will deliver.
And Joanne C has actually played sparingly so far here in the first 4 games of LaSalle. So we have yet to see the Joanne C of last year that performed and earned the Rookie of the Year award.
That's right. But before that, of course, there's Jack Alarca doing what she's good at.
Pounding that ball with nobody home to get the second point of LaSalle. As she now goes up for this serve.
Poor reception.
It's an ace.
Agno unable to handle that service by Alarca. Let's go to Man Pangaliban for her first report on the side of the Lady Tamaraws.
Not a walk in the park for our Lady Tams this season, but this last game of the year won't stop them to get that elusive first win. Well, I spoke with their assistant coach, Rachel Andakis, and she said that the team is really serious to catch up. They are working double time, and by double time, I meant that literally. Since the start of the season, they're training twice a day, once in the morning and another in the evening, so they could master all those plays and all those drills. Now in today's game, they need to strengthen their defense and anticipate DLSU's attacks. They also have to focus on attack coverage since they're going up against the best blocking team as of yet. Anton and Ann?
Thank you, man. And FEU is actually looking for their first win against LaSalle since the year 2009 when FEU defeated LaSalle in Game 1 of the UAAP Season 71 Finals. And I believe their assistant coach, Rachel Andakis, played in that game.
Yep, that's right.
And that was her final season, right?
Yes.
Stephanie Mercado.
Of course, the year before that, they did win the UAAP women's title in 2008. That was UAAP Season 70. So that was the last time FEU made it past the Final Four because last year they missed out on it, finishing at 5th place with a record of 6 wins and 8 losses.
But you know, FEU is the team that has the most, one of the most number of championships that we have here in the UAAP. Around 29 championships to their in their record.
That's right, and they're actually at the top of the heap among all the schools in the women's division and the men's division as well. So a lot of history, a lot of winning tradition on the side of Far Eastern University, but of course, LaSalle in the past decade, from the year 2000 to 2010, they were lording over it, winning 4 championships during that span of time. Of course, last year they were the favorites to win and then got shell-shocked in the finals against UST. They actually went 13-0 in the elimination round, and then in their last game lost to UST in a 5-set match.
That's true. But you know, that game really, I think, was well-deserved for UST. And that's why for this season, a lot of people are actually looking forward to that game when UST will go up against LaSalle. Because knowing that it was UST who won over them in the past season, of course, momentum or at least the confidence should be on the side of UST.
That's right. And I actually talked to Coach Ramil before this game about that. He said he likes the schedule better this year because last year, their first game was against UST. And they defeated UST in that opening matchup of UAAP Season 72. So UST had a lot of time to really adjust and figure out LaSalle. And eventually, in their last game of the elimination round, UST was able to solve LaSalle and defeated them in the last game of the elimination round. But then looking at the schedule right now, they play UST
next
on
year.
January 12 next year.
That's right. You know, it's very important for teams to, because, you know, when you enter a tournament or a season, for example, a team peaks. And LaSalle, I think last year, peaked a little bit, you know, early. So towards the end, the game was going down. While UST, on the other hand, yes, incurred a few losses during the start of the season. But towards the end, they were peaking at the right time. And, you know, their movement, you know, the movement inside the court was just really fluid. Even the power of the team was just all over the court.
And I think it was you I did the game with UST last year against Ateneo right before the Christmas break. You remember that game?
Yes.
And then UST lost to Ateneo. That was really a character building game for UST last year.
Because of course you end before the Christmas break, you end it with a loss. And then, you know, it's really how you recover after that.
Right now, LaSalle in a tight game against the Lady Tamaraws. We have our first technical timeout. Let's take a look at this replay right here. Gumabaw getting that spike after Esperanza popping it up. But here, this was FEU's response, transitioning into this one by LaSalle. But then FEU keeping it alive. And what a rally we saw there to end, to get that 8th point of LaSalle before we headed into that technical timeout.
Resumption of the game.
So FEU not making things easy here for LaSalle in the early going, Anne.
That's right. They managed to keep their score very close with LaSalle. And that's important. If you're up against a strong team, you have to make sure that, you know, your opponent won't pull away, because otherwise you'd have a difficult time catching up.
Morano just tipping it over there, and Vargas unable to get to it in time as Gumabaw takes her turn at service, and that was too strong on that attempt. A little update on the team standings. You saw it on your screens. UST won today, so they are now on top with 5 wins and still no defeats. LaSalle right now 4 wins, no defeats. Both of them the only teams without a loss. Talking about UST and LaSalle. And of course, we have an exciting game tomorrow between Adamson and NU. They will break a tie tomorrow. Both teams have 3 wins and 2 losses to their card. UE meanwhile lost earlier today, so they are now 2 and 4. Ateneo plays UP tomorrow, and Ateneo has really been struggling. And
that's right. A lot of people really surprised, you know, with their performance this season. Nobody actually thought that, you know, they would fall down the 5th spot. And actually, if you look at the standings, nalagpasan pa sila ng NU and UE, which really is a surprise to a lot of people.
They lost to UE in that non-televised game. That was the big shocker for Ateneo. And then again against Adamson in their last game.
That's right. So I guess in their remaining games, it's really critical that you know, they recover and get to perform better.
And an upset against UP tomorrow is not what the Lady Eagles will want. So they should appear motivated to get that win against UP tomorrow to head into the Christmas break on a high note, just like what they did last year when they defeated UST in 5 sets, as Cha Cruz gets roofed right there by Majorie Rojas.
And this is just what FEU needs. They really have to step up when it comes to blocking to help their defense in the back row.